a discrete time period and crossing orders by priority. The priority of market orders, then unfill limit orders, and then limit orders from the most recent auction interval. All orders are not published to the order book until the auction interval ends, which eliminates the possibility of front running and negative spreads. And of course, being able to match all orders in one shot allows for massive scalability improvements that enable Injective's parallelized order processing, contributing to that 25,000 TPS. And Injective also has a shared liquidity model, which means that all dApps are sharing the liquidity that is available on-chain, eliminating the need for smaller dApps or protocols to find and source their own market makers. Market makers on Injective are trading markets that are being utilized across all dApps on Injective. And all of these things are just some of the features that make Injective tailor-made for DeFi developers. But Injective is not just different on the chain level, but it also is built differently so that it's also easier for DeFi developers to build a Web3 finance application. What we like to say is that Injective has these plug-and-play modules that make life easier for devs to quickly utilize and launch their apps. And here we have just some of the modules that are available to developers to utilize. Of course, the order book module and the smart contract module can be utilized. But Injective also has the binary options module, Oracle module, bridging module that are readily available for use like when you're looking to build on Injective. Devs don't need to source their own partnerships, as these are all baked-in solutions for Injective. And the bridging module specifically is a highly useful feature for dApp developers because Injective is one of the most interoperable networks within Web3. Not only natively IBC, it also has its own Peggy bridge, bridging its network to Ethereum. And it's also integrated with Wormhole, which opens the Injective network to a multitude of prominent L1s, including Solana, Aptos, Polygon, and even more. But today, I'm here to talk about Injective's Electro chains, which takes a step further when it comes to interoperability and scalability than just creating different bridging solutions. Injective's Electro chains foster flexibility and compatibility, empowering developers to deploy dApps across various blockchain ecosystems seamlessly. The first of these Electro chains are InEVM and SVM, which are just different rollup environments for Ethereum and Solana, respectively. These environments accommodates different virtual machines, each tailored to execute smart contracts written in different programming languages or adhering to different execution models. And this setup facilitates interoperability by allowing developers to leverage the strength of different VMs while ensuring compatibility with existing smart contract standards and infrastructure. So Injective's InEVM environment is also inherently different from other EVM chains because it integrates Ethereum into the IBC ecosystem, representing a significant advancement in holistic composability. And today, we'll cover how to deploy an Ethereum dApp on InEVM. So getting started with InEVM is very easy, and deploying on InEVM is the same as any other EVM-compatible chain, so it should be pretty intuitive. And on top of this, there are a lot of other useful tools and integrations exclusively on InEVM that you, as a developer, can leverage to interoperate seamlessly with Injective, as well as other chains like Ethereum and Solana. And in this workshop, I'll go through 2 projects uniquely integrated with NEVM that you guys can leverage on day 1 to interoperate with Injective and other prominent blockchains. So Hyperlane is one of those, and they are not just a bridge, but also a universal and permissionless interoperability layer built for the modular blockchain stack. Perfect for rollups like NEVM and in SVM. With Hyperlane on Injective's NEVM, you can build interchange applications that abstracts away the complexities of the multi-chain world away from these users. If you want to build a Solidity dApp that allows users to post orders directly on Injective's exchange dApps, then Hyperlane can make this happen seamlessly. And here are some of the interesting features of Hyperlane. 1, contracts. So Hyperlane exposes contracts that allow applications to send and receive messages. Then they have agents, and these agents in the network operate the protocol by providing security and relaying messages across the chains. And applications, well, that's you guys. You can use the protocol to send and receive messages between different chains secured by Hyperlane. And here's how you can then interoperate between NEVM with Injective or other chains. So you can create a message object first that contains the destination chain, the recipient address, and some message body. Then you're going to want to deposit the required fees to cover the cost of sending the message. And then within the Hyperlane contract, you want to call the dispatch function and pass the message object that we just mentioned as an object. Yep. So if you're then on the other side and you want to try to receive messages or events happening on Injective or other chains, you're going to be monitoring for this message received event on the Hyperlane contract. And you're going to want to then process that message, right? So when the event is fired, process the message by extracting that sender and then the chain and the message body. If you have any more questions as well, we're going to be releasing more docs. And feel free to reach out to our team or Hyperlane to get started. So with Injective's deep integration with various blockchains and the liquidity gathered over time, you can easily deploy a dApp on any VM that accesses liquidity and users from all over the multi-chain world by connecting to just Injective. And then another great protocol deployed on NEVM is Layer 0. And for those of you who are building multi-chain apps, Layer 0 allows you to build omni-chain interoperable applications using its open source immutable messaging protocol. One of the coolest parts is that it introduces a new type of app to the dApp ecosystem on NEVM, the OApp. And so what is this OApp? Well, OApp stands for Omni-Chain Application, a type of decentralized application that operates across blockchains. So in the context of NEVM, OApps can interact not just with Injective's ecosystem, but across all connected networks, leveraging Layer 0's infra. So to become an OApp, you integrate with Layer 0's contract on NEVM, which is a core smart contract that defines the logic for cross-chain interactions. On NEVM, you'll also find the corresponding Layer 0 endpoints, which are crucial components that facilitate communication between different blockchains. And after the initial integration steps, you can build your own custom user application, which takes care of the user-facing component of the OApp that interacts with that Layer 0 contract. So what's cool about these OApps is horizontal composability. The OApps is compose enables for external cross-chain calls to and from NEVM. And there's also further extensions purposely built for NFT ecosystems called OFT OAP extensions, which facilitates cross-chain NFT for those of you interested in building an NFT project. So yeah, to get started as an NEVM developer, you can find the oapsender.sol or the oapreceiver.sol already deployed on NEVM from Layer 0's docs pretty soon. So just feel free to reach out to us or the Layer 0 team if you have any questions. And there's a omnichain interface contract specific to NEVM's ecosystem that you can implement to get started with your first OAP. And then afterwards, you'll be able to leverage NEVM's Layer 0 endpoint for secure and efficient cross-chain messaging provided by Layer 0. So that's an overview of NEVM on Injective. Again, for more details and to receive all this information and material, head over to docs.nevm.com and check out what they have there. And also, on this upcoming Saturday, we'll be hosting a Builders Brunch. So if you're interested in learning more about deploying on NEVM or just in general about building on Injective, please join us for the Builder Brunch. I will be there alongside a lot of the other Injective Labs team. So yeah, feel free to find me afterwards if you have any questions. Again, you can find out more or get the support you need or find the right person at the Builders Brunch. And I just want to thank you all for listening. Thank you.